gonna tell you at the end. So these are all the graphs here. Like this is the graph of x squared. This is what the picture look like, a U shape parabola. The graph of x cubed, it looks like this. It's kind of like it goes up on this side and goes down on that side. The picture of absolute value of x looks like a V shape, and then the picture of the square root of x looks like it just starts here and goes to the right. And then this is the picture of the cube root of x. It almost looks like the same picture of x cubed. It looks like it just been turned sideways. Yeah. All of these functions are, you can write them as f of x equals. Like this one you can say f of x equals x squared, f of x equals x cubed. All of them are functions of f. So that's what this section is right here. So let me explain this. So f of x, as you say, any one of these can be f of x. It depends on which one you're dealing with. So if you have a f of x plus c, let's say c can be any number. C can be 4, 5, any number that you think about. F of x plus c is pretty much you take the graph and you move it up that many units. So if you had like if f of x was x squared and you had x squared plus 4, you just take the picture of x squared and you move it up 4 places and then redraw it. So I'm going to show y'all how to do it once I finish this this page. And then f of x minus c, you just go down that many places. And then that's when it's outside the parentheses. You see you got the parentheses around x, but then these next two, you got a parenthesis around x plus c and x minus c. This is when you're going left and right. But you got to think opposite. So when you think about x plus c, you be thinking maybe I need to go to the right, but it's actually the opposite. So you go to the left. And then x minus c, you think that should go to the left, but it's the opposite, so it should go to the right. I'm gonna show you. And then when you got a negative, that's flipping it. So if you got a negative in front of f of x, that flips the whole picture across the x-axis. It's like doing a mirror image across the x-axis. And then if you have a negative on the inside, that flips it across the y-axis. And so let me show you what each one, I'm going to go through each one separately and show you. So let me start by putting the first formula up there. So we had f of x plus c. So let's put that first one that y'all seen, f of x plus c up there. And you know that moves it up. So give me a function of those 5 functions that you had. X squared. So if I'm working with x squared, then let's say I have my function. Let's say it's going to be x squared plus 6. So you know what the picture of x squared looks like. It looks like that U shape, if you remember what it looked like. So if you got x squared plus 6, you pretty much you take the graph and you move it. It starts in the middle. So usually the U shape is right in the middle. So you go up 6 places. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you just redraw the picture. So this is what the picture of x squared plus 6 looks like. Everybody got that? So remember, let's say the next function, you got f of x minus c. That moves the picture down. So give me another graph. So square root. So you remember the square root of x. What the picture of square root of x look like?
That's absolute.
Well, absolute of x looks like a v. So let's say, using this formula right here, f of x minus c, let's say we got the absolute value of x minus 4. So what you do is you draw your graph, and since you got minus 4, you're going down 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you got the same shape, v. It just starts down here. So this is what the picture of absolute value of x minus 4 look like. So the next formula we got, make sure I don't mess this up. We got f parentheses x plus c. You remember when the parentheses around the x and the c, you're going side to side instead of up and down. And it's opposite. So x plus c, which way you going? To the left. So you're going to go to the left with this one. So give me a function. So if you got cube root of x, you know what that picture looks like. Let me just draw it just in case. It's going to go like this. And so let's say we dealing with something that deals with that function. So let's say I got the cube root of x plus 4. But you notice the plus 4, all of that is under the cube root. So that means that it's inside the function. So because you got a plus 4 inside, that's like a plus c on the inside. So you're going to be moving to the left 4. So when you do it, you draw your graph. And this should, remember, it always starts in the middle. But when you move to the left 4, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your new middle spot right here. So you start from here and you go this way. And then you come down that way. Same picture, it just got shifted to the left 4 places. Y'all good with that one? Okay, the next formula you got f of parentheses x minus c. So which direction that go in? That goes to the right. So give me a function. X cubed. So x cubed, you know what that look like. Just to draw it, it goes this way. And so let's say I have it's minus. So let's say I got x minus 5 to the third. This is still the x cubed function, except it has a minus 5 on the inside of it. That's like having a minus c on the inside. So that means you're going to be going which direction? How many places? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you just redraw the graph, which is the picture of x cubed. It goes straight up. This next one, you got negative f of x with the negative sign on the outside. You know that if a negative sign on the outside, that flips it across the x-axis. So you got to think of flipping across the x-axis. So pick a function. Square root of x. So you know what the picture of the square root of x looks like. It looks like just like a little check mark going that way. So if you put a negative in front of it and say negative square root of x, you got to flip this across the x-axis. The x-axis is that horizontal line. So you think of a mirror image. Think if it was a piece of paper and you folded it over. What would it look like when you fold it over? So it'd be the same shape, except it'll be upside down going that way. Because it got folded over. And so this is what it looked like when you fold it over to the other side of the x-axis. Y'all got that? Okay. The next one is if you got a negative in front of the x, that flips it across the y-axis. So it's like taking a piece of paper, folding it over sideways. And so what function y'all want to use for that one? Same one?
No. Yeah, the same one you basically understand it. No, it's the R, but it's on this side.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So if you got negative square root absolute value of negative x, then the negative on the inside tells you flip it across the vertical line, because the y-axis is the vertical line. So it's like taking a piece of paper and folding it this way. And so what it's going to look like, it's going to go in this direction. So that's what absolute value of, square root of negative x, and this is what negative square root of x looks like. Y'all good with that? So let's say we got x plus 3 squared minus 4. So you got x plus 3 squared minus 4. How do you know what shape you're using? The exponent is 2, so you're using the U shape. So which one you gonna do first? You gotta tell me what the picture of this is. So I'm just gonna draw that little chart. So what does this minus 4 right here tell you to do? It tell you to drop it down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What does the plus 3 on the inside tell you? It goes to the left because it's on the inside. So it go to the left. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3. So this is your starting point right here. And then what shape do you have? So from right here, you draw your U shape. And this is what the picture of it looks like. It can go up further, but that's how it looks. So y'all got that? Plus 3 go to the left because it's on the inside. Minus 4 is on the outside, so they go down. So this is your starting point. So let's say another one. Let's say we got a negative.
Wouldn't it go, if the whole thing is squared, wouldn't that 3 be squared too?
We just doing shapes. We doing shapes.
Stop. You just made my brain itch. That's all we worried about.
So what about this? What shape you got on this one? The V shape. Okay, so you got to tell me what all these pieces mean. So the +2 means what? It goes up 2 because it's on the outside. You got a -4. A -4 on the inside. That tells you what? You go to the right 4. And so this is where it is right here. The negative tells you what? You flip it. Yeah. So that makes it like this. That's what the picture.